Now that spoilers have started to appear for Thunder Junction, could players' attitudes be changing toward this product? Is the price going to hold players back? How do we still feel about play boosters? Because we have a lot of information to cover in today's video, and it does sort of make you curious. Curiosity is just that. It's curiosity. It doesn't equal sales. It doesn't guarantee success. It means somebody is interested in hearing more. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here, and thanks again for hanging out with me on my channel today as we discuss the Thunder Junction. Yes, the spoiler leaks have been out for days now. We have mulled over the cards, and we've started to form opinions. Now, I may have to take back a few of the earlier comments I made about a week ago in a video about Thunder Junction and the expectations for this product. But some of my beliefs are going to hold true, and that is the price point. Before we delve into this product, understand, overall, buying a box is still more expensive than it was a year ago. Because of how they've designed the boxes, I don't care what the value is, it's costing you more. Now, in case you didn't know these prices, I'm going to show you guys a couple right here. Let's take a look here. This is a Play Booster box from 401 Games here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It's $209.95 Canadian. If you're in the US, you'd take off like 30%. And plus a little extra because of import fees. Now, if I showed you guys a collector box here in Canada, $329.95 is probably the cheapest that you are going to find it on a pre-order, okay? Before any amazing cards come out and cause this thing to spike. And in this case, I even showed you guys the bundle pack because I think it's so cool to see the belt buckle. There's just something about that that does kind of get me going. And we can take a look quickly on Amazon, and you can see it's $260.67 on Amazon. So there you go. Those are the prices, and that's one of my always, as an MTG finance player, as a player who loves the game but likes to pay attention to my wallet, the prices bother me to no end. I've had a real hard time as a player, as a person who buys product, being invested in the idea of a higher price point. Because in the past, when it was a $100 box, it was easier to flip those boxes and players weren't as picky. They knew there were some good cards in there. They knew they were in for a good time. And $100 was kind of like movie and popcorn for a couple of friends. It made a lot of sense. The way they brought the prices up, it costs so much more now to buy a box and enjoy it that a lot of players choose not to do this now. And it does hurt in a lot of different areas of Magic when you can't find the singles. So anyway, a lot of my previous arguments I'm holding true. I'm saying, nah, this just doesn't get me. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. We all get curious, and things always can get our attention, and this set does have my attention. Where before, I didn't care what happened to it. And I want to explain why I'm interested. It is because of the cards I've seen. Not because of the power level of cards, but the individual cards within it. The characters, the big boys of the Oko and stuff, don't care. Seeing the creature types, seeing what they're putting in this set and how it's going to link possibly to Bloomburrow. Seeing some of the smaller things like bird types and all that coming in, I like the idea that a lot of these cards are going to connect. I like the idea as a Magic player. Finding cards that I can put into other commander decks, into a standard deck, however even kitchen table Magic, finding a way to use them. And this is where I find my interest being drawn right now. The prices are turning me off. I'm definitely going to go the singles route because I don't care what they put in this box. It's likely not going to justify the price of a box versus the singles market, okay? But knowing that the money moves on so quickly in Magic, and we're a month away from this thing being released, which means spoilers are going to be popping up all over the place. We're going to have a lot of attention trying to be drawn to this product, which means it's going to be pulled away from Fallout. It's sinking Karlov Manor, and who remembers Ixalan already? The money's already moved on. These boxes are sitting on that store shelf. So none of my attitudes changed toward how Wizards of the Coast is dealing with their customer base or the price point they're offering to their customers. It still bothers me to no end. They're too fast, too much stuff coming out. They need to slow this up. But here's the thing. If they do this set well, if they give it a better story than I'm expecting, and the artwork is epic, and again, the cards I'm seeing, like the Mantis Warrior guy, if you go to the webpage, you'll see their Mantis Warrior. I didn't put images up today, but if you look at that, you get kind of interested. You get that kind of thrill of thinking, hey, we haven't seen a lot of Mantis Warriors in Magic. Maybe they're going to go with subtypes of some kind. Those things get me going. The idea that Wizards of the Coast can branch out into so many areas that really they almost have an infinite palette of availability, which is just amazing to think what they could do. I'm not saying they will, but that gets my curiosity going, and I love that part of Magic. It draws me in as a player and wants me to experience and try new things, even if they don't work. Sometimes building the deck is more fun than playing it, even if you know it's going to lose. Even if it only has a 1 in 100 chance of winning. When you get that one win, you're like, oh, it all connected. And that's a great thing for Magic. That's a great thing for the game. So I'm not going to take that away from the company as a whole, that if they can put a whole bunch of different creature types we haven't seen for a while, if they link some of a half-decent story and bring these cards into some future sets, like Duskmourn, giving us some new spirits like Banshees and stuff, like I can picture now, after seeing these creature types, where the company may be headed. Now it also lets me know what cards I should probably be speculating on, and I will do a follow-up video after I mention it to my patrons and YouTube membership members first, guys, but I will do a video on that with a follow-up of some of the speculated cards that may come up and may come to pass, because the cards they're showing us are giving clues. They are giving us a future insight, and they're a little bit almost too predictable in cards you should be looking at, so we'll get to that later. But that doesn't mean, even with my curiosity piqued, and other players saying it looks like it's going to be pretty good, guys, doesn't change the price point. Doesn't change what's going to happen as a price point. They're not reducing their prices. They're not making it cheaper right now, but we know if you wait long enough, it seems to be liquidated by your local LGS, which is horrible. They need to do something that they're not going to do, and because we know they're not, all we have to do is outweight them. Hit the singles you want to hit, play your pre-release and have a great time doing it, and experience the game. Build your standard deck, get in there, get your cards for Commander, try your new tribal theme, but it really does stop the box prices. It stops you from buying sealed product when it's double what it used to be 5 years ago. And that's where we're at. When I could get boxes for $105 to $110, sometimes as high as $124 Canadian, and now you're asking me to pay $209, that is just too steep of a hill, at least in Canada, for us to be buying these boxes at full price when we know the value tanks, other than maybe the odd card. And I discussed this in the live stream the other day about how when you look at the history of sealed product and the way they've used up their reprint equity, the old boxes do not hold up under the sun anymore. After about 5 years out, all these boxes dwindling returns of cards because the cards have been siphoned out for reprints. It is killing what's left of their IP right now. They need to slow that all down. I'm off topic, I realize that, don't worry. Sometimes I go down that road and I just have to get there to the end. Before I finish off the video, guys, it's not going to be a super long video today, but for me, the fact I'm curious is a good thing. No, this is not Bloomborough to me. This is not even Duskmourn. But I went from having zero interest in this product, thinking about stuff like this. Sorry about that, guys. I decided that it wasn't safe to put in copyrighted material from a TV show, but just think about something from TV shows from Big Bang Theory, and you'll get what I was thinking about. Just think of Ka-ah, and it'll all make sense to you. I'm sorry about that, but I had to cut this little section out. Now it's gone. Theory to now being interested in what they're going to show us. Not the main characters, but the character types. The creature types they explore, and the possibilities of future sets, which this may be rebounding off of to give us a broader range of creature types. To me, they definitely seem to be going the Dungeons & Dragons small adventure route. Remember those mini adventures you did when you played Dungeons & Dragons? And they only took you 1 or 2 sessions to get through, sometimes just 1 session. You got a little bit of experience, you moved along, it maybe was working toward bigger story arcs that would take longer. That's what I feel Wizards of the Coast is doing right now. They're making huge characters do very minimal things, and that drives me insane, but taking small characters who have never had a big role and allowing them to step into the big boy world and build as characters over something later, build up the lore and the power of that character over time, that is something. So if they're going to go in this robbery thing, trying to get to some vault to unleash something, how do we know it's not something to do with the mending? How do we know it's not going to do something that brings some huge story arc around later? And that's where I like to think it's going. I'm going to suspend my disbelief and allow my curiosity to go forward. Which means, who knows what's going to happen. But I like the idea that maybe it's going to be something amazing. Because the artwork definitely has captured me. The idea of the desert cards I'm seeing, brilliant. The legendary mythic creature guy looks awesome. It looks better than I expected. And yep, I may resent saying this now, but at least I got to say it that it might be better than I expected, and that gives me hope. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me on the channel. Thanks for being here today and chilling with the Mox, man. And you know what? Even with the bannings we saw, and yeah, I'm going to mention the bannings in this video because to me there wasn't enough information to go off of on those bannings to make it a big deal for the Mox, man. I'm kind of going, They did an announcement because they needed to do an announcement. A few things changed. Nothing that grips me in any way, but maybe it affected you. So hey, check out those bannings on the announcement page. It is interesting if you're into that sort of thing. Since no card affected me, I'm glossing over it here at the end of the video. It's not worthy of a whole video for me. I'm sorry. It didn't grab me. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for hanging out. Thanks for being here today. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow with another video. Don't forget, bring a friend to Magic. Have a great time. Bloomburrow's still going to be the best. Maybe Modern Horizons 3. They got to get the price down. You have now arrived at the Hall of Heroes, the remembered fallen, of all the amazing patrons we have, supporting this channel each and every day. Whether you're a patron or a YouTube membership member, you are supporting the content creation of MTG Moxman each and every day, and there is no way to properly say thank you to each and every one of you, but I'll see you tomorrow. Welcome back to the end of the video. You have now entered the realm of the Ramble Jamble, brought to you by my busted up coffee cup because I came straight from work to film this for you. Yes, I did. Guys, welcome back, man. All right, so let's just stop. First off, we'll put coffee cup, coffee mug, cup, whatever, coffee something in the comments section so I know it's you. And there are some of you who know that you know when you know. But seriously, the only thing that's really irritating me is the price point. The products are well designed. They are fun. But I think they're stunting potential future growth with the prices they're using. From where it used to be where it is. I'm not saying that the company doesn't need to make money. They do need to make money. The problem is the way they are choosing to do it limits the amount of players, future players, that could engage in the product if they went about it a different way. I mean, the starter decks are the best thing I've seen in years to come out of this company because they need to get cheaper products like this that can be played right away, not jumpstart stuff, because that isn't going to grab your new audience. Doesn't look at jumpstart. You need boxes they can just look and say, oh, my grandkid will like that. Oh, Bobby and Danny, they play Pokemon. Maybe they're going to try this. I'm just saying it's good that they're bringing those back. I don't care if there's good cards inside. The concept, the idea of playing the game needs to be there and needs to be affordable. That's the best thing they've done. But trying to lure in a new audience after they got past that experience point, that's where things are going to be hard to get to. The D&D theme that they seem to be taking with these adventuring party things, like, you got to remember, this is like chaotic characters going on an adventure. Bloomburrow is like lawful good characters going on an adventure. I feel like I'm falling back into D&D from the 1980s. And I don't mind. I like the idea that maybe there's a better adventure coming up. A bigger adventure. With real consequence. I mean, just... I like the idea that it could happen. That's where I'm at. Prices just... They don't have to be there, but they did it. And now, like any company who raises prices, they don't want to backtrack. They don't want to lose. And sometimes you need to lose to go forward. Guys, thanks a lot for hanging out. Thanks for being here at the end and listening to me grip my coffee cup with anger. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I've got to go have some coffee. Oh, by the way, this cup's going to last like 25 more years. No, I'm not replacing it. It better hold up.